There's something I call the unfair advantage. If you know that you are playing in an atmosphere where there are unfair advantages, yours is now to say, how do I bridge that gap? Shomolu is a classical case in point because, again, from poverty, and when I say poverty, I mean crass, total, undiluted, unadulterated poverty. I'm an avid reader. I read my Bible every day.
You do?
Of course, there's nothing by way of strategy that people use anywhere in the world that you cannot find in the Bible.
I've not read the Bible in 4 years.
Oh, yeah, that's why you're still struggling.
How many companies in Sahara Group?
We have many, I must say. Let me just put it that way. Started from one person.
Oh,
God. I've never been a fan of using any other consideration for selection of leadership. Mine is always capacity to deliver. If it's all female, so be it.
Would you call yourself a man of power?
No, not at all. I'll call myself a man of grace. One of the attitudinal issues that most people don't speak to is love. If you don't have love as a cornerstone of your being, your totality, then you are not going to go far. 200 million good people is not bad for any nation. 200 million rich people, neither is it bad for any nation. It's 200 million poor people that is a problem.
So today we are with our big bro, Mr. Kola Adesina. He doesn't need introduction, but for some of us who don't know him, they get Kola Adesina. Is it Chief Kola Adesina?
No, Chief.
Not Chief, Kola
Chief.
Adesina. Okay.
Chief and Thief, they're always very close to each other.
Yeah.
From the C, put a T. So, no,
He's a giant. He's a corporate giant. You know, and the profile just blew up in the last 5-10 years. Why?
When you plant a seed, most especially if it's a palm tree, it takes a long while to blossom. So years of planting and nurturing as blossom, so to speak.
Brilliant. Okay, so he's director Sahara Group, chairman. I used to mix it up. Eko Ikeja, chairman Ikeja, chairman AXA Mansard. Any other chairman we don't know.
Well,
there are plenty. Member presidential committee on something.
Economic Council.
Is that thing still working?
Yeah, it's working.
How often do you guys meet?
Oh well, as often as that makes sense.
When was the last time you guys met?
Well, because quite a number of we have a subsect, so people are meeting by way of subsect. But I'm sure another meeting.
So that was the first one.
It was brutally frank.
Brutally frank. What do you mean by that?
Brutally frank, because we spoke the truth to everybody.
How did
in the room. It took it very well. He actually wanted to spend 30 minutes, ended up spending 4 hours and 40 minutes or so.
Did anybody sleep off?
Nobody could do that. Talking about Nigeria, the survival of the country. So,
did you say anything?
Of course.
What did you say?
Well, I spoke to the fact that mindset is important. That if we don't address the mindset, we're not going to go far. I spoke about the fact that we need to prioritize the things we need to do, that we don't have enough resources to meet all the needs in Nigeria. So invariably, there is a need for prioritization that will lead to resolving the critical issues that will now unlock the other smaller issues. So I spoke about that, and I spoke to the fact that the youth population is quite significant, and that's an element we need to consider in our policy formulation going forward. But they need to be in the room. They have a different orientation completely. They are sharper, they are faster, and they are more. So they need to be considered as well. Those are the critical things I spoke to. Then electricity, of course.
Okay.
But without electricity, you can't do anything.
Okay, so what's your take now on electricity with all this increment of tariffs and all of that?
Well, you see, tariff increase generally is not a product of sentiment. It's a product of reality. Every one of us know how much every item cost in Nigeria last year, 2 years ago, and now. So, unfortunately, with regards to electricity, the components that brings power, they are likely dollar denominated. So it's not naira denominated. So if exchange rate has gone from 400, 500 to 1,005, it's logical. It's not something we all love to see, we're not happy, saying it, but it is what it is.
Okay, but is there no other creative way in which you can tackle this matter apart from just increasing the thing every day and every day?
Well, the creative way will mean taking the pain in the first few years and then later the gain. One of the things I've said we should start to think of is domesticating the critical components of electricity. If we start to manufacture
Is
those
that possible?
components, look at it. Of course, it's possible. There's nothing impossible.
So are you guys looking at it
Of
as
course,
a Ikeja?
aggressively we're looking at it, because if we look at our cost structure today, we realize that when you talk of power generation, EGMI, we own the biggest power plant in sub-Saharan Africa, and about 85 to 90% of our costs are dollar denominated. So the question is, what should we do? So part of what we have done is to bring in together what we call the eclectic approach in terms of management, bringing the Koreans, the Japanese, the Americans together from this standpoint of R&D for them to come and set up shop here, so that the critical components of electricity can be done in Nigeria.
So how far are we away from achieving that?
We're still at it. Of course, too many things happened in the last few years. Inflation rates, exchange rates, interest rates. So there was lack of stability in those areas. But of late, we've begun to see that things are now stabilizing. We can predict, what the cost will be, and on the basis of that, then I think we can now properly accelerate.
So we'll see these things in our lifetime.
Definitely, we'll see. In our lifetime, we'll see electricity.
So how is it like being 60?
I don't feel 60, I must say.
You don't look 60.
I still feel as young as I was when I was 30. There's no difference whatsoever.
But then your party was huge.
Well, the party was huge because I never celebrated in my life.
Oh.
So that was the first party I was having. And of course, thankfully, Grace being at work.
So how do you feel when you saw people that you didn't invite that just jumped in, like where this person come from? Like me and my madam just jumping.
No. I didn't feel. I wish I could have a party for everybody that has had impact in my life. Right from when I was a very young child. So I didn't feel anything. Actually, I couldn't really truly remember precisely those I invited, those that I didn't invite. I was just happy because it was more for me an atmosphere to thank God.
But let me ask you let me ask you a very sensitive question. So during the church service, you thank you, you forgot to thank your wife.
No, I didn't. I waited for the speech that my son will make. And that was why she was the last person. It was deliberate. So quite a number of people thought,
like, wow, how could you just do that? How could you just do that?
But then, when I found
how did she feel?
She knew what I was going to do.
Okay.
She was in the know that a lot of people wonder, hey, did he forget? And I got text messages. And we're laughing where we sat that because I knew I was coming, my son was coming on stage.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to do his Thanksgiving, and then at that material time, I would do the proper thing.
So how long have you guys been married for?
We've been married now for 26 years, going to 27.
When was the last fight? Tell me quick.
The last fight.
Was it bad? Was it like headbutt or?
No, never had a physical fight before. Never, not once. And we've known each other for 35 years.
Okay. So how are the fights?
Always nice. Always nice. Because Bide is we seem to be alike in that regard. The way we fight is through silence.
I was going to get there. So just go silence on you.
Once either party goes silent, yes, the fight has just begun.
So how long does that last normally on the average? Days, weeks, hours?
Well, to be frank, days at times.
Ooh. How do you feel those days?
Horrible, but we are used to it anyway.
Oh, so who breaks the ice? I'm sure it's you, because women don't. They have staying power.
Well, I think her skin got toughened by my own stubbornness. So she was the opposite. She would always come back and say sorry. But lately, I'm the one that goes to say sorry.
Okay, so during those days, is there food on the table?
Always have for me.
And that's not really fight now.
No, I can't fight with food.
So despite silence, she'll still give you food.
Why would she not give me food?
Oh, man, not give me food, though. Hey, 2 years, no food. I'm going to crawl, man. I'll go kitchen and give me food. I beg.
It's not that we don't say things like, hey, are you hungry? Are you ready to eat? We do all those things. It's just nothing beyond.
So just worst one ever.
Yeah, no.
No worst one.
Not.
No very bad one.
Never.
That the children had to come in to say, mom, dad, what's going on?
Never. Ever. Never. Not once.
So what's it about you and women? So your MD in Ikeja, some is female, and then your chairman of Axamasa is 60% female. Why?
It's not, the choices were not made on the basis of sex. They were made on the basis of capacity. It was just simply those who can get the job done. Somehow, coincidentally,
They're female.
They're female. So, yeah, I've never been a fan of using any other consideration for selection of leadership. Mine is always capacity to deliver. If it's all female, so be it. If it's all male, so be it. Whoever can compete and deliver the job,
Okay,
that's it.
Yeah, so we're talking capacity now. So in all of these companies, now, which one do you think are fit to be MD?
You.
From what you know of me.
I think, quite frankly, you will be a perfect MD for Duke of Shomolu production.
I don't die. So I can't even climb pool.
No. You have gone beyond the pole. So the things you do, the things you say, they are not of this world.
I've died. Okay. So you seem to be, your profile seems to be very high right now, and you seem to have a boss. In quotes, talk where. Is there any strain?
No, you see, there's nothing like that. You know,
You won't
in Sahara,
you again.
No. In Sahara, we don't have that really.
Okay.
All of us, the group executive directors, we're on the same pedestal, but we need somebody to put us together when the need arises. So it's not a matter of ego. Ego doesn't drive us. It's more of you delivering the results. Once the results are being delivered, nobody cares who is getting the glory. As a matter of fact, the less the glory, the better for us, for all of us. So when you see somebody as the arrowhead at any point in time in a historical journey, it's not a reflection of that person. It's a collective decision behind that person and people delivering accordingly. There's nothing I've had the privilege of delivering that was mine alone. Just the face, that's all. 99% of the job are being done by people, from the drivers, the security, and all that. They all have their inputs in the results everybody is saying. But it's just that somebody has to be saying.
So how many companies in Sahara Group?
We have many, I must say. Let me just put it that way. We have many.
What's the staff strength? Roughly?
6,000.
6,000 globally?
Yep.
So you started from like how many people? 3, 4, 5 people?
We started from one person.
One person? Who?
God.
So what's the secret?
God.
No, apart from God. God is given. What's the secret?
You see,
everyone has God. You know that Kolas have God.
Well, you see, let's put it this way. Yes, God, 99%. All of us, the 1%. What we've done is that there's nothing impossible, to us. There's nothing that cannot be achieved. We believe, again, equally, looking at the global space in terms of entrepreneurship. We've played second fiddle for too long, the black race, and we believe there's nothing any nation, any culture has done that cannot be done by us. So we've gone into spaces where people thought was not made for the black race. And thankfully, so far, we've made a huge difference. Equally, we're not in any way short-term minded. It's a long game, everything we're doing. We play the long game. We're not thinking of today and the rest of that. No, we don't want immediate gain. We're ready to continue to sow. We believe that ultimately, whatever is not working can be made to work through the right people, the right attitude, within the right environment, and being given the opportunity to thrive, we can make a difference. So we always say we are making a difference primarily because of the fact that we consistently conduct gap analysis.
What's gap analysis?
The difference between what should be and what it is today. So in between is somebody trying to close that gap and ensuring that their highest form of customer service or product is created. So we do that in every area. We've had opportunity of investing, and we believe that truly Africa can become a first economy. With the people doing the right stuff, and we've learned and seen lessons from other culture, countries, continents, and the rest of them. The Asian tigers did not make anything magical. They just made things happen by being focused on those long-term things, no short-term mindset, entrepreneurship, everybody coming together towards making the idea come to life.
So when you say a man of power, because you seem to have a lot of friends in power, your reach is huge. No. So like your birthday now is sort of like 4 heads of states. So that's just from
no.
So will you call yourself a man of power?
No, not at all. I'll call myself a man of grace. Never power.
A man of grace too, but I don't see those kind of people.
No, with all the things you've done AWO, you've done OBJ, you've done Olu of Worry.
That's not power.
That's more than power.
This kind of power.
That's a strong power.
But don't call my birthday.
No, birthdays, that's just an event.
Yeah.
You are in the consciousness of people
for
the rest of time. So you're doing
far more. Shake your head like this?
You're documenting history.
No, it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about you. Yeah. So how did you come about building such a huge network? What are the traits that the young person have to look for? The young person have to be able to build the kind of network they have built.
Okay.
Because honestly, go through when I was trying to do a passenger, when I was trying to do a RMO, your name just kept being mentioned at every corridor that I went. They say, "Oh, you want to get to that guy? Go to Mr. Kola." That's how we met now. So what are those traits that enables you break into those kind of places and maintain those kinds of relationships?
Okay, you and I have something in common, and that's Shomolu. Okay, there's something I call the unfair advantage. That I'm taller than you is an unfair advantage if it comes to high jump. If it comes to long jump, I have an unfair advantage over you. So the question now is, if you know that you are playing in an atmosphere where there are unfair advantages, yours is now to say, how do I bridge that gap?
Yeah.
And to bridge the gap is to first recognize the gap exists, and not to see the gap from the standpoint of evil wishes and wizards or whatever. See it as an opportunity that can transform you. Shomolu is a classical case in point because, again, from poverty, and when I say poverty, I mean crass, total, undiluted, unadulterated poverty, where we had nothing to eat. Yes. So we were crawling, to survive. It was a day-by-day thing. But yet, I knew that right from the get-go, I wasn't made for that environment. I needed to go somewhere else. And the question was, how do I do so? And how to do so for me, I had seemingly a plan. And thankfully, God gave his breath to that plan. How was it? Education, first and foremost, for me was so critical. So, which was why for the very first part of my life, it was just acquisition of knowledge from different spheres where I could. The second one for me was the fact that I realized that attitude is important and good attitude for that matter. Yes, very, very critical. And one of the attitudinal issues that most people don't speak to is love. I've seen it as an area, a sphere where there is deficiency, and I feel that is an area where you have unlimited opportunity to grow. Every man needs another man or woman to grow in life, and if you don't have love as a cornerstone of your being, your totality, then you are not going to go far. So love became very useful to me. I was quite truly openly lovable to people. I saw mistakes, I saw weaknesses, never emphasizing those weaknesses
in people.
Recognizing the strength in them, the value they represent, looking at my own defect and looking for people that can help ameliorate those defects, strengthen my own capacity to be able to be as good as they were, and me even going higher than they are. So it's been very useful in that regard as well. Interpersonal skill, I realize again, for interpersonal skill to be useful, you have to have a broad network. You must be able to absorb insult. You must be able to absorb pain,
Mhm.
and then people will tell you, they will make you what they feel they are. Their own weaknesses, they will feel you are a reflection of their weaknesses.
Mm.
But be that as it may, you don't use that as a basis of relating with them. You just keep emphasizing their strength. And over the years, that seemed to have worked. And here I am. Um, I'm an avid reader. Reading is a culture I've come to love. I read every day of my life.
Mm.
I read every blessed day of my life.
What do you read?
I start with the Bible every day. I read my Bible every day.
You do?
Of course, because therein lies quite a number of strategic concepts we all use in management.
Wow.
There's nothing by way of strategy that people use anywhere in the world that you cannot find in the Bible. It just says insight for you to have insights.
I'm in trouble. I've not read Bible in 4 years.
Oh, yeah, that's why you're still struggling. So you surprisingly thrive and struggle less when you start to read the Bible.
Serious? Okay.
Trust me,
We'll try it.
You don't try.
I'll read the book of Solomon.
Yeah, well,
Interesting.
It's good, but not beyond Solomon. There are quite a number of interesting things, really.
Yeah.
So I read I read all stuff. There's nothing I don't read, even what most people say.
Oh, the IBB's book.
I'm going to read it. I've read it online to a point.
What are your thoughts?
Well, you see, that's his own perspective, and he has the liberty to share his own story. That's his own story. I've seen a lot of criticism. I've read so much that I don't feel quite compelled to speak on it because I have my own sentiments, But I feel he has the freedom to express himself the way he has done with his book. That's the story as far as he's concerned. So you can criticize him, you can say anything you want to say, but in his lifetime, he's been able to write his own story.
Do you have a relationship with him?
Well, who wouldn't have relationship with IPB one way or the other?
Mm.
But mine is not. It's not a close one. It's not in any way that close. But mine is the fact that yes, the man of history, he's played a critical role in the story called Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
So that's his own perspective.
Somebody said he should refund the money. What do you think?
Well, the money that was given to him was given to him willingly. I don't think he forced anybody to drop.
Somebody said he should give the money to Abiola family since he has come out to say that what he did was wrong and that he should forgive him.
It's his choice. If he chooses to do so, so be it. But I don't think it's in the realm of ideal for anybody to tell him how to spend his money. The money has been given to him for presidential library. Now, but if I were in his shoes, I know I probably would do something else.
Brilliant. Okay, so let's go more trouble now. Dangote firing. Is that affecting? It's impacting your business negatively, I'm sure.
Nope.
Okay. So, no, I wasn't expecting to say no. So the question don't drive my head now. I was expecting to agree. So I don't take it from there. Oh God.
Because he's not. So that's it, really.
Okay, so you're bringing him fuel before.
Yeah.
So now I buy from him.
Well, we buy from. You see, it's a market.
Okay.
It is simply just what it is. It's a market. People buy from wherever you find quality, the right price. It's a market. So it's a free market. There's nothing wrong with what. And you see, for me, I say this not for the purpose of trying to cover up anything. I think Alhaji Aliko Dangote should be saluted.
I think so too.
Celebrated. For what he's been able to do.
I think so
because
too.
If we're talking about how do we localize dollar-denominated transactions we do as a nation, that's one of the areas. We've been bleeding dollars for God knows when. Hey, and we have somebody that can refine the crude in Nigeria. So it should really, truly be vigorously commended, for being bold enough to be able to do what he's done. So he's not doing anything against anybody. He's just trying to ensure that he makes money, and whilst making money, he's doing good.
Okay, so let's have a quick masterclass now, because this is confusing me. So can you just take us through very quickly the value chain, the distribution chain of fuel from crude to my car?
From crude to your car is from the oil wells.
Okay.
That's where it starts from.
Mhm.
You have to do seismic studies and the rest of those
Mhm.
exploratory stuff.
Mhm.
Then you find the crude, you get the rig together,
Mhm.
you drill the well,
Mhm.
you get crude out,
Mhm.
then you take it out, you take it
For refining.
for refining
Okay.
purposes, which is what he
No,
does.
what I'm trying to bring out here now is you guys are marketers, are we?
Where we we are
You're everywhere.
everywhere.
Okay, so no, let's
because we have our own oil blocks as well.
Yeah,
We're
brilliant.
drilling, yes, we have
So-
oil blocks. So
but is the marketing part of it that's my issue now. So how does it work? The marketing.
there's nothing there. It's just like any product. I have
So a marketing firm
Yeah.
gets its fuel from where? Anywhere.
anywhere. You can go and buy anywhere. There's nothing compelling you from buying from a specific refinery. You
Okay.
buy from whoever is able to sell to you at the right price. Once the terms and conditions are right, you buy. That's
Okay,
it.
so before Dangote refinery, you would bring in your fuel, I see route you through an NPC or
Of
what?
course, that's it. That was it then. But some you don't have to. Some will sell directly. So it was an open market, and it's still an open market. It's not one that is controlled by.
So is it
anybody.
better now for the marketers?
For me, it's fantastic. It's awesome because you see, the world is dynamic.
Mhm.
One of the things that you don't want to do is to continue to rest on your horse, believing that businesses will be done in a particular way.
Mhm.
It's just like banking. When we used to go to banks, we take tallies, ledgers are opened,
Mhm.
files and the rest of them, dust everywhere,
Mhm.
all of us sneezing, and the rest of them, bankers coming back home dirty because they have files they're going to look through. Technology changed that.
Mhm.
So it's same with our business. The model must change, whether we all like it or not.
Mhm.
If we continue with greening the economy,
Mhm.
we know what it means to even some of the industries
Mhm.
that are thriving today.
Mhm.
They will cease to exist.
True.
Some of the factories and businesses will become museums
Mhm.
if the care is not taken. Nobody's making slide rules anymore.
Mhm.
You understand? Nobody's manufacturing lock tables
Yeah,
anymore.
my set.
Aha. Aha.
Four-figure
Figure table. So those things are gone. So Olympia typewriter.
table.
So it's that's the evolution of businesses generally. So you
Yeah.
don't you can't stay static. Stagnancy is not loved by life because
Yeah.
even God Himself is a reforming
Yeah.
God. It comes to us in different ways.
Okay, so most of your business, the Sahara Group, within Sahara Group, is technological driven, right?
Yeah.
So that means that this Japan thing must really be affecting you guys. How are you coping with that?
Not
Human capital.
not so bad actually. Really, we were doing analysis recently, and we saw that yes, we were affected just like every other company, but the rate of attrition is far lower than what is
Others.
obtainable
Why
elsewhere.
do you think so?
Well, because in ours, because first we love to bring energy to life, like we say. We love our young ones. We like the energy they bring. We give them freedom to express themselves. We're not a traditional organization in any way or form. We do the unusual and all that. So all those things coming together relative to the vision we've set for ourselves, the things we've achieved, and you can see where we're coming from. From one person, 2, 3, and now 6,000 and growing and all that.
In how many countries?
42 countries.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's indicative of the fact that there's something better happening on a day-by-day basis. Continuous improvement is taking place in the organization. We're stretching ourselves. We're giving everybody the opportunity to swim, and for some who can, they find expression elsewhere. So somehow we've been able to keep the best of hands that we can.
Any listing in the near future?
Of course,
any
we
stock
will
exchange?
definitely. We should. We will. We would have even done electricity. That was our plan. We would have gone public, but because of some of the challenges there, we don't want a situation where somehow we're taking people's money and using it to enrich ourselves. Rather, we feel it's proper for us to solve the problem, make the brand truly big, make the products that we're selling truly dependable, and then the value we take to the market, we don't want it to be fictitious. We want the real value, something tangible, because we cannot be taking people's monies, retirees' monies, and those who are so poor and indigent, bring their money in, knowing that we don't have any value. that we've created. So the idea is we would have created those value first before listing.
So why electricity? Why not the group?
No, I'm just saying that's what we wanted to start with.
Okay,
with
so
electricity would have been the first we'll be pushing out.
Well, the group, any chance for the group?
Of course, over the years we're going to do that because, hey, look, when you speak of Coca-Cola and all these big brands, it was just one person, and then it became public. So we're going to go public eventually. Everything will go public because we love to self-destroy to recreate as ourselves as well. So we're going to be coming up with that.
Okay, so I decided from insurance.
Yeah, I did. I actually started from.
And you told us one funny story.
From teaching.
Teaching. Primary school, secondary school, what?
Secondary school.
In Lagos, in Shomolu.
In Bama.
Where?
You can see.
Where?
Bama.
Where's that?
Borno State.
Oh, that's
That's Borno State.
Borno State.
Yeah,
I was like there.
Fantastic. That was the best of my.
That's for NYSC now.
Yes.
For 1 year.
It was the very best for me because I saw rural people. I saw people that were very happy people, very free, like no security, zero security. I left my house, came to Lagos. I didn't lock the doors. I go back, everywhere well maintained, nothing stolen, nothing missing.
The things are different now.
As a matter of fact, Bama almost ceased to exist.
Wow.
With Boko Haram.
Yeah.
My school was bombed out of existence.
Ooh.
And it's a military school for that matter.
Wow.
And yet, they incinerated it. At the height of the whatever. So, but Bama, very beautiful place, and I really love Borno. I love Borno State. Actually, love Borno State. And
your parents allowed you to go that far?
Yeah.
They didn't panic or anything. They said, "Oh no."
We were so humble that they just wanted me out of their way so that one mouth shut up. So that just go with your problem. Go and fend for yourself. So then insurance, yes. I was selling my insurance. I started with Glanville Insurance Brokers.
Glanville?
Glanville.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, so one British firm. And it was nice. And that really helped again in my interpersonal skill, in my ability to network, in my ability to sell things, with all the obstacles associated with insurance. Insurance is a difficult product to sell, most especially in a highly religious state like Nigeria, where everybody will cover everything with the blood of Jesus.
Yes.
So it was really a major challenge for me.
Then from Glanville to where?
Glanville to Fountain Insurance Brokers.
Fountain. Is that the same thing as Fountain Trust Merchant Bank?
No. Different Fountain is a different one. Fountain, then Sahara.
Oh, so you worked in only 3 places or 4 places?
Well, maybe I was lecturing as well in University of Lagos.
Oh, okay.
As well, on the side. So, but in terms of real strong
lecturing in?
Management, strategy, strategy, comparative management, structure, policy, and all that.
So what's your take tertiary education in Nigeria?
Well,
I think you sell all those schools.
Well, I think we should get the schools to partner with the private sector. Selling may not be the right thing to do, but getting them to partner appropriately might be a good option because, again, there are benefits inherent in education. We know the benefits are limitless. We cannot grow without the education system. The extent to which we grow as a nation depends on the kind of knowledge economy we're pushing. So it's important that education be done right. Now, thankfully, technology is playing a critical role in the educational space. So probably, equally, we need to find a way to digitize and digitalize our education, and that might be very useful. Equally, when you look at the literacy rate in Nigeria, that's something we need to look at carefully to ensure that the higher the literacy rate, the better the understanding, and the easier it is to extract value from people to create value for Nigeria. So for me, education is very central. I think partnership is something I think I would want to say.
But you do, some courses will die because private sector will only pursue where they will get value.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Okay, except under the CSR or whatever.
Exactly. So thank you. Because you see, sustainability is the name of the game. And sustainability is not just restricted to business. If you're just looking at business, then the society will suffer.
Yeah.
The
Definitely.
hacks, for instance, the things you do, you giving happiness and hope to people, you are inspiring people and all that. So business must partner with education in those spheres.
Brilliant. Have you ever had police problem?
Police, never.
Never arrested you before? Never invited you for anything?
Never.
Me, I've had.
Well, you are the one representing us in Shomolu.
Most
of us that they didn't arrest. So.
You jailed me twice.
Oh, very good. Congratulations. Well done, sir.
So your fashion style is what drives it? It's different. It's top notch. It's up there.
That's an interesting area. Fashion, because again, looking at my humble background, I used to see great things, beautiful people, and all that. I didn't have the ability to buy those things. But the moment God's grace came, and our God is beautiful, so I said, let me reflect His beauty in my fashion sense.
So do you have like a stylist, or you just
none whatsoever? I style myself.
So when you wake up in the morning, you don't get confused as to what am I wearing today? What am I wearing today?
No. Actually, don't have to wake up in the morning to do that. I do that the previous night. Before I go to bed, I would have picked what I'm wearing tomorrow.
And when you wake up the next morning, you don't.
No, I've never reviewed that because I would have taken time to say, okay,
that's why you better pass me.
No. Mine is what am I doing tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
A, B, C, D. Okay, then this is consistent with that kind of.
So it's not tied to your mood. Because mine is tied to my mood. I can wake up this morning, I can do that, I do that. Next morning I don't feel like, and then I feel like I get dressed, I get into the car, and I just to the gate. I don't feel like I go back and change again.
The good thing is that the things you do support that kind of behavior. The things I do doesn't support it in any way.
The guy, you have me 3 times. 3 times.
No.
I'll release your cartoon.
No. No. You have a degree of freedom, that I don't have. So I have a band.
But you can have. At this point, who's going to ask you to listen?
But then again,
at this point, who's going to tell you not to be any kind of office?
I'm a reflection of the brand. I carry the brand with me, so I cannot in any way denigrate the brand. They're not going to.
So you come to work like this and denigrating the brand?
Well, when you're on vacation, you're not. So.
So your new office is in Onozumba?
Yes, it is.
So what's going to happen with the old one?
We're rebuilding it.
For offices too?
But yeah, we're rebuilding it, so pulling it down and to put a better structure there.
Okay, so we're running up now, but just tell me when this go through. You're upset on Sunday, don't lie.
Okay.
You're upset on Sunday?
On Sunday?
And when we couldn't do this thing,
no, not at all. I wasn't upset at all. You know why?
Why?
Good. When I make my calendar, it's based on the fact that I'm available for this at so time. So you held me here for 47 minutes. 1 hour I gave you.
You counted it?
So I did. So 1 hour I gave you 47 minutes.
I double put out.
So, so you kept me for 47 minutes, no problem. So this is the second stanza of our whatever. So you're going to pay me for this.
Don't pay you. So is there anything you need to say to us that I've not asked you?
Okay, mine is this.
What is your take on family planning?
My take on family planning?
Are we too much in this country? 200 million people?
Well, it depends. 200 million good people is not bad for any nation.
Mm-hmm.
200 million rich people, neither is it bad for any nation. It's 200 million poor people that is a problem. That's
our reality.
So, but then poverty is a matter of your mind. Is when you think you're poor. Because for me, I think Nigeria, another 200 million won't be a bad idea. 400 million should be good. Insofar, in the spheres of creativity, in the spheres of economy, manufacturing, technology, agriculture, energy, enterprise, all those things are actively working, then we can be 1 billion. It doesn't matter. Is what are we able to do with that population? What you're doing with it is what matters. It's not just a number for the numbers.
True. So any last words?
Mine for
not last words. When's the last words? I see person on diary. Any last words on this interview?
Mine is for the youth that please, We must cultivate an entrepreneurial mindset. Two, we must use our time positively. There will always be temptation for quick money. History has shown that it doesn't last. So there's no need for you to make it, fake it till you make it, and then you now can't make it again, and you go back downhill. I think that's something I would want the youth to start to cultivate. Partnership is important because what you don't know, others know, and bringing together those that know what you don't know would help you grow faster. If you're working alone, yes, you'll be fast, but if you're working with people, you grow steadily and things will work better. Risk management in life is natural and it's something you must imbibe. I want to say that equally. Friends matter because if you choose the right friends and you orbit around the right friends, they will help you grow in a better manner. Choose your friends carefully. Drug abuse, you're only reducing your lifespan. Find a way to avoid it. It's not in any way going to help you. Just make sure you are healthy. When you are healthy, your ideas will be brighter and better. Society will benefit from it. And talking about society benefit, let love truly rule our lives. If you're a manufacturer, manufacture with love. If you are into industry, industrialize with love. If you are in an energy company, ensure you love the customers that you're serving. When true love is at the heart of life and service, society endures, nations truly grow, and truly everybody would want to come to Nigeria as a nation of happy people.
True. This I should ask you, what do you do when you're not working?
What I do when I'm not working, playing good songs. I love the oldies. I love to listen to Sonny, Obey, and all the old songs.
Did you watch our KSA?
Yes, I did. I was
Okay.
there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I was there. So I love to listen to the old music because inherent in them are wise words that are useful for daily living as well. So I love to do that. I love comedies. I love comedies because again, the kind of work I do, they are not laughing matters. So I want to find moments to laugh. So I go on comedy shows, frankly, and then I play chess regularly. When I have some business issues contending with, I use my chessboard, interestingly, to recreate some strategies in solving some of the problems that I face in the business. And I read on a daily basis.
Do you like Tosh? Do you like Tosh? Do you like her? What are your thoughts?
I don't like her. I love her. I love her. I don't like her. I love her. She's a very wonderful woman to have resigned from banking into what she's been able to build in Ikoyi, in Nigeria. She needs to be commended, supported, and genuinely loved.
It's not what I was expecting to hear. Okay, sir. Thank you so much for coming. Enjoy this show. One thing about this podcast is the quality of people that were brought. And since we started, we've begun to start having pressures. Like, I want to be talented, I want to be talented, like that. So, but we just invite just anyhow people. Do you understand? We invite people that will bring value, and bring depth, and bring a lot of wisdom like you've done here now. I want to thank you for coming. I want to apologize again for taking your time, 47 minutes and so if you want to bill us now, I don't know how to go fit pay. Thank you so much and God bless you guys. Am I supposed to say anything again? It's a wrap.
Thank you.